Hey, this is Jabu Fagude. Welcome to Pit to Palace, our show where we talk business, we talk to interesting people, people who are movers and shakers. You know, we go all around to find these people and people who makes a difference in the world. And today we have a gentleman by Lawrence Thobejane. He's a very interesting guy. He's a man of many talents. So he's gonna be telling us about his business. And yeah, so we get to learn, we will learn a lot from this gentleman. And he will take us from the business of banking, business of funeral parlors, and many other businesses that we'll be talking about today. But yeah, so I just want to welcome him. Mr. Thobejane,
yes,
welcome, man. How you doing?
Thanks for having me.
I know there's no more handshaking.
Yeah.
Social distancing, yes. Yeah, Mr. Thobejane, just tell us, before we begin, tell us who is Lawrence Thobejane, where was he born, where is he coming from, where is home, and yeah, let people know who you are, sir.
Yeah. Basically, Lawrence is someone from the rurals. You know, I was born in the rurals.
Yeah.
I think I knew Gauteng around 2006, 2007.
Wow, just yesterday.
Yeah.
Which rurals are these that you were born?
Yeah, I was born in Beresford.
Okay.
As far as I remember.
Yeah.
I think I was born in Beresford.
Yeah.
Because I grew up there, but I lived most of my life in my childhood in Pogwani.
Okay.
Yeah, I then later come to Beresford. That's where I lived my youth there.
Yeah.
And then to get into the business industry, I started there. And then I was raised by a single parent and my granny as well under certain circumstances.
Yeah.
And then until here is, and then I think I'm someone who appreciates where I come from.
Yeah.
Because I believe my background are bringing me or are building me to something of today.
Yes, sir.
The ones that actually directed me to somebody I would be also interested to look into and say, oh, this guy is Lawrence.
Yeah.
What does this guy do?
Yeah.
What is his interest into business? How does he think? How does he do his business? Yeah, the preferences and stuff like that. Yeah.
How did you come to Joburg?
It was quite something.
Yeah.
I remember when I wanted to come to Joburg, I had no money. I had my father, my stepfather.
Did you have family in Joburg?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And then, but I wanted to come here. There was no money at that time.
Yeah.
So for me to come here, I wanted to force so much that I saw that my dreams are like there. Everything I'm planning, everything I want to do is there. I need to come there.
Yeah.
So what happened is, I went to my church fellowship. Then I said, guys, I need to go to Gauteng and stay in Gauteng. I don't have money to give you back, but I want to go to Gauteng. If you can give me money to go to Joburg, I'll appreciate it.
And the church members put money together for you?
They put money together. I remember I was then in Venda because the other half of my life I stayed in Venda.
Yeah.
My stepfather is Venda.
Yeah.
So I got money from there. Then I came to Gauteng. That's when.
Wow. And you said 2006 to 7?
Yes, somewhere around there.
Somewhere around there. Then you came to Joburg, and now today you started a company, a funeral parlor business known as BBS.
Yeah.
What is BBS?
BBS is Butsalano Burial Scheme.
Okay.
Which mainly we started after a serious observation and careful one.
Okay.
If I must say, normally you look at the parlors, how they run, how they operate, how the decisions are being made, how the general operation and the size of the parlors is being taken to, and then you look at it as if I have to tap into this kind of business, what difference will I make? So obviously you'll come up with your own concept which will have its own independent direction, which you don't copy and paste from somebody else, and then something that will be beneficial to other people, to members, to communities, and people that they would like to be part of the team.
Yes.
When you look at mostly, you'll find that most the direction of the palace is being directed into is more like you die, I bury you, and that's it. You understand? But we look beyond that. We look beyond it. We said like, okay, fine. Yes, you die. What happened before you died? What happened after somebody died? And what happened when the person is still living? So we look into those things and say, how can we put this into one priority? You know, not unlike somebody will say, no, I'll take care of you when you die.
So the journey begins while this person is still alive.
To us, it's like that.
Yeah. And you want to keep him alive.
That's it.
That's the interest.
Yeah. The the funny part about this business, I've seen a lot of questions about that.
Yes.
Most people, they think the palace is about people dying. And then that's when you make money out of people dying. No, it's not like that.
Yeah.
In fact, when people die, we lose.
You lose.
Yeah.
You want to keep them alive.
Yeah, we want to keep them alive as much as we can. even because we are underrated, even our insurances, they don't like it when our people die too much.
Yes, sir.
You end up even losing the insurance.
Yeah.
So meaning you're out of the business.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So we would like to have our people live as much as we can. So we'll even go as far as giving them advices on how to deal with some issues. Like for example, now we under COVID-19, where we do the burials, we dedicated that, you know what, we have to give the mask.
Okay.
So we bring a PPS mask to give to everyone who comes there.
Yeah, for protection.
Yeah. Just to make sure that after that funeral we don't have another.
Nobody dies.
Yes. Yeah, it's always the case. Yeah. But then before the PPS, I started back then. You can't believe that the passion that drove me to Gauteng then was to have my own school. You know.
Okay.
Yes.
Your normal secular school. Is that what you were looking at?
Yeah, but not as a service provider.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I did service provider under the school called Zidikeni Secondary School and Ilan's Fontaine Secondary School. What I did was, if you remember back then, the government wanted to bring the CAT into becoming a subject. Okay. Computer technology, what's CAT was computer, what technology? Yeah. So what happened is, I was providing service through that. Okay. So what I did was, I was teaching both educators and the children how to use the computer, how to have the skills on the computer, how to use the computer day by day, how computer becomes essential in your life, how you can't live without it. You know, because at some point I still remember the funny part whereby one educator will hold a mask and pick it up and like
a mouse.
Yeah. So I think the concept around that was, if I took the mouse up and moved it, then the cat would move. So that's when I realized that as portable the computer looks like, but it's not that easy to use. You understand?
Because you can be educated but be computer illiterate.
Exactly. So to us, it was my passion to drive it to that level. Yeah. So like giving the skills to those people, especially those ones that people, when they look at them, they think they can. Yeah. But come in to assist them. You know, when people think that you have everything you need. Yeah. Even by the time you don't have anything. Yeah. You can't even go to them and say, look, I need help this. You understand? Yes. Because automatically they think you have everything.
You have, yes.
I think that's that's where things start to be difficult for people that they've been normalized as they have.
Yeah. So now you started that computer lessons at school, and so eventually you dropped that, and then you went into funeral parlor.
Yeah, you know how business they are. Sometimes it's not every business which is meant to be there for a lifetime. You know.
But kids still need to learn computer today.
Yeah, they still need to, but under certain circumstances that, especially when you're providing as a service provider under government, government do changes the way they run things. Like for example, I think somehow feel like they've withdrawn the CAT program again. When the
criminal element using computers.
Exactly. I think we lost a lot of computers and solars as well. So that was something that brought harm to that idea, and then somehow government felt like maybe it needed to be looked at again.
Yeah.
And then, but what does it say to us who's providing it? Then you move to another.
You move to another one. You jump ship.
Yeah.
And then now you started the funeral business. What triggered you to go into the funeral space? Because normally you have elderly people or people of matured age who would want to go into the funeral business, and to me you still look like a very young man to take in that line of business.
I'm this guy or this person who always want to change the way people think when they face things, you know. There is no business which is labeled as a certain level or age that you must come to before you start it. You understand? I think that concept is the one that makes things more similar and no changes that happen. Because when those people that you might call them mature or a certain level of age, you find that those people, they do that business because they saw it somewhere or somebody is doing it and it's successful. But they fail to do the research, they fail to come up with new things, and they fail to attend the issues around that. If you first understand what is it that people are not happy with before you even start something, you will then now have a new direction of how you drive yours to a certain level. Because otherwise you just do the same thing that
everybody else is doing.
And then you become not an answer to
the problem in the community.
Exactly.
So now you did your research, obviously, and then you saw the need in the market, and you saw that you can bring in a difference, so to say. But what I'm interested in is that what triggered you to think funeral parlor? Why couldn't you think retail business? Why couldn't you think any other business? You were in computer business in terms of providing into the schools. Why didn't you see that maybe I can start my own computer school instead of going to them, let them come to me? You know, so where you can keep them safe and they'll be secure. Why did you jump from one line of business to another? What did you see that who made you to be interested in the funeral business?
One thing I would like to believe that you don't get to do a certain business because it's related to your previous business.
Okay.
You do a business because you made more of research, you have more of knowledge, and then you see more of a bigger advantage on it, and then you think you can do it way better than somebody who's doing it next to you. You understand? Once you have all those figures out, then you then say, okay, when is the right time for me to do it? And what is it that I'm waiting for? And if those things I have them, then when is the right people to follow me? And then that's indicate when you have to start it. And by the time you reach to that level, now is the right time for me to start the business because I've reached this level, I've covered this, I've achieved this, I've did this research, I know the solution of this 1 and 2 and 3, and then I can be able to put it all together and be able to make my clients happier.
All right, that's fair enough. And so now, what makes you different from the rest of them? Why is BBS much better than any other parlor that's out there?
We're not outshining ourselves as people that just take money or get money from premiums. But we are known as people that get and give.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
explain it to me.
Yeah. When I'm saying get and give is because you'll be paying your premiums.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, whenever you have there's a burial or anything of some sort that need us that need the services.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, you look at what we give you is more than a burial. We give you a dignified burial.
Okay.
There is a lot of benefits that come with it, and you will wonder if I paid only 6 months on that company with BPS and then I'm fully covered. What does it mean when they say I'm fully covered? It means that you have an access to free tombstones. You have
free tombstones.
Free tombstones. Okay. You understand? You have access to free tombstone. You have access to free grocery. You have access to free catering. You have access to proper burial and the proper the coffin or tombstone or the caskets.
Yeah.
You understand? And we proud ourselves to say we provide a luxurious burial. It does not matter whether you're poor or you're rich or what, but the kind of display of the burial that we're gonna bring to you and to the people that will be attending. People will think that you pay thousands of rent to us, but only you only qualified for 6 months.
How much does the funeral cost?
To be honest, funeral cost R1.
Okay. Explain that to me.
From as little as R1.
Yeah.
You can get it. R1.
You can get buried.
You can get it. From as little as R1.
Well, tell people how that works because I still don't get it. What does that supposed to mean to somebody who's not like R1 a day? Yeah. Like, how does it work?
Okay. We have two sides of funeral policies on the burial schemes.
Okay.
The first one will be the cash. On the cash, you can save up to R1 a day. And
cash is what? Like if I've got somebody dead, then I come with a chunk of money and say, I want him to be buried.
No.
Okay.
We the one who comes with a chunk of money and say, here's the money.
Okay.
You can choose whether we do the burial for you or you take your money elsewhere and somebody do the burial for you.
Okay.
Do you understand? So what happened is if you count your R1 a day, it's more money to have your old family, immediate family to be insured, or even the extended to be insured.
Yes, sir.
You understand? For example, now, for as little as from 19 rand a month, you can cover your immediate family. You understand? So now
that gets them a coverage for how much? For the value of how much?
It gets them the coverage for a value of maybe starting from 5,000, depending on the age as well. Of course. You understand? From 5,000 to 50,000 can be covered just from 100. So now the one thing that we needed to bring out to the people is the concept of saying the funeral is expensive is not true.
Okay.
But the strategy of now being covered around it, that's the ones that determine whether it's expensive or not.
Okay.
Yeah. Some people out there need to education, need to be told the truth. Or you know what? This actually anyone can afford it.
Yes, sir.
I mean, imagine if somebody is smoking. If you're smoking, I'm not sure how much is a loose throw, but should be some.
Well, lockdown, they were talking between 5 and 10 rand,
which is
a loose throw.
how much you take a day.
Exactly, because you don't take one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that tells you that you actually everyone can afford to have a funeral cover.
Yeah.
It's just maybe you need to sit with us down and say, how can I?
Yes.
Then we'll show you how you can be covered with us. Simple as that. Yes.
Wow, that's interesting. You mentioned free tombstone. What does that mean? Does that mean it gets into the cover? And then when someone dies, and then you just bury that person and you can put in the tombstone?
Definitely so. So what basically we have is we've got our burial covers, which is different when we talk about the other funeral policies that do the cash payout.
Yeah.
So we bring both the cash payout, we also bring the burial service.
Okay.
So because some people they say, look, to be honest with you, I think people need to change the concept of how they look things, you know. I just want to take into this because it's been bothering me for a long time.
Yes, sir.
I'll start with black people.
Yeah.
Black people, when we do burials, we normally have maybe more than even 500. It could even be worse than that.
Okay.
People that comes to the
funeral.
Yes. But now the question is, what are the expenses within that? You understand? So now that's what makes a black burial or a black funeral to be so high.
To be expensive.
Because we don't believe into the invitation. Whether you invited me or not, or whether you fight with me or you hate me, I'm coming.
Yeah.
Whether
it's for the right reason or the wrong reason, I'm coming to prove that this person is dead.
Yes, I'm coming. So now that now bring out the number to unexpected.
Yes. Sir.
So that's why now when we say we normalize things into the black tribe, we will have whereby they will say we kill a cow.
Okay.
We buy big grocery, we do all those things without even not knowing how many people will be there.
Of course.
But trust you me, come the day, people will be even, the food will be even smaller.
Yeah.
You understand?
The number of people.
Yes. Now you need to know what you associate yourself with.
Yes, sir.
What works for you.
Yes.
Don't just take a funeral policy and then be happy that no, I've got 10,000 cover or I've got 15,000 cover. That's how much is your funeral worth? That's the question you need to ask yourself first. Then once you know how much does your funeral worth, then you get to understand how much I need to be covered for. Okay, you understand? Now you go to other colleagues of ours, or colleagues or other companies that normally provide the same services that we provide.
Yes.
They believe because you saw them on the TV, you saw them on whatsoever, then what you do, you just throw yourself in, your whole family in. And then you get to pay something like 250 or 280 rand a month. And then when you check, you only covered for 10,000 rand. Did you ever ask yourself, how much does your funeral worth?
Yeah.
Because if that 10,000 won't even buy you coffee, then what are you covered for?
Yeah.
If that 250 or 280 can still be come in to a certain services and cover you for everything.
Yes,
for example, with us for 250, it's too much. We can give you, for that, we can give you a proper burial, we can give you a casket, we can give you a grocery, we can give you a live cow, we can give you a tombstone, we can give you there's a lot of things, the bars and everything, the tents, everything there. You understand? So that's how much you know my funeral worth. You understand? But now, coming to white tribe, now people need to differentiate that. You understand? White man, when he do the burial, he doesn't bother with about the neighbors and everyone.
And the cows.
No. They will do like that. Okay, I'll buy a coffin for 5,000 rand, then I'm covered.
Yeah.
Then what I'll do is then I'll pay a hash.
Yeah.
Then that's it.
Yeah.
Then I'll invite 25 people of my family and extended family and do the burial. Then that's it.
Yeah.
That's a proper funeral. Then you organize just a small lunch. Then it's done.
So when they take the cover, white people now, when they take the cover, their focus is mostly on the value of the cover. How much can they get should whoever dies?
Exactly, my point.
So now they're not saying do the job for them. They're saying give me the money, and then I'll go and outsource private people to come and do the burial.
Mostly it works like that. They don't do the burial covers. They only believe in cash. I know I need to cover my family for this much.
Yeah.
Then I'll pay this much. Then that's it.
Okay.
You understand?
So meanwhile we do the other way around.
Yes. I think us, we have a problem. We still don't understand who we are.
Okay.
How much is our funeral worth? And what is it which is good for us, what is not good for us. Because if we get to understand those four things, then we'll know what is it that we have to select.
Yeah.
Because now, if you have to select the cash payout, you have to select the cash payout, but also have the burial.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Have the burial service been paid for, have the cash payout to assist should you need money.
Yeah.
Because that cash might not be enough for the burial.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's when we need to understand what is it. So for me, I would say, in fact, The proper way is to have a burial. If then you think you need money, then you can then say, okay, fine, I will also need the cash side.
You mentioned that the funeral can start as little as 5,000 or 10,000.
Yeah.
Just give us a light of how many levels of covers do you have in your scheme that one can jump into. Maybe they can start somewhere and then later on upgrade.
Yes.
And also tell us how many people can I cover
Yes.
as I'm the one who's taking the cover,
Yes.
and how many people can I put under my name.
For example, we have the lowest, our lowest cover is start from 110 rand.
Okay.
With that 110 rand, you've got your coffin, you've still got the whole services set up, the decoration, the graveyard, the tents, and everything that has to do with the funeral. You'll have
the graveyard, so meaning you paying for the grave.
We pay for the grave.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So you have everything being done as normal funeral,
Okay.
but now the only difference with us is the coffin. Which coffin are you getting? I think that's where we start now levelizing the levels of burial. Say, okay, now you are on this package, you get the standard, you get the premium, you get the casket, you get the what, you get the dome, you get whatever.
Yeah.
So it determines to the level of the package you get. But now, within our society, we realize that, you know what, we have three kind of people.
Yes.
The people that they rely on social grant, and the people that they are working,
yes,
and the people that run businesses, or that have other alternative sources of incomes. Then we say, okay, fine. Let's now have the packages that starts from 110 rand to 170 rand.
Okay.
That will cater a certain level of people, which we cannot point. If you know this suit my wallet, then I'll go for this one. You understand? Then from there we created another one from the 200 rand to 360. Then from 360 to 500 rand. You understand? Depending on your affordability, depending on the things you want them to be done during the funeral.
Yes, sir.
That's how we created. And then we find them working so well, because when we look at because every business has its own competitors, obviously. So when we look at the competitors, which is our brothers, we learn from them.
Yes,
we realize that those are the things that maybe somewhere I will say that they're failing to put it right, to put the lives of the people better, or to put the family better. Say, and you will realize that to them it's just about business. You understand? But we at the PPS, we say, look, it's not just a business. It is a business when there is nothing. But it is about you when somebody passed away. So we put everything behind about us. Then we look at you and say, what do you need? How can you?
So you meet the needs of the client.
Exactly.
Sometimes you tailor-make that funeral for them, just for them.
Sometimes we even do more than what we promised you. Just because we look at your situation at that moment, what you need, what needed to be done. Okay, fine. One of the things we realize that people, they don't, you know, when it comes to passing of somebody, there's no invitation at that. And then whenever it happens, then you just realize that, now somebody just passed maybe into another province.
Okay.
That person needs to come home.
Yes.
So if you're the member of BPS, you can always have the this is being transported home for free. Doesn't matter where it's
in South Africa.
Yes. It's all
is that also part in the package?
Yes.
Part of the package.
It's part of the package.
That's big.
Yes. That's big.
That's very, very big. Is there anything that maybe you need to educate us in terms of the funeral parlor business, or maybe tell the world or the people of the country that they need to know about?
Of course, maybe I would like to change the conception of other people, the way they look at the palace.
Okay.
They think the palace is just the people that deal with the disease, that's it. We way important than that, because we look at somebody, we take care of somebody you cannot take care of.
course.
You understand?
Of course.
We are those friends that are coming to Europe. We then say, you know what, let's do what you can't.
Yeah.
Then we then say, you know what, for this, let's fill up your kitchen. Let's give you the grocery. Let's bring our own warmers and
What's
equipment.
the value of the grocery?
The value of grocery depends.
Okay.
It depends
On your package.
On the package.
Okay.
There is package that doesn't have the grocery.
The grocery.
There are those that have the grocery.
Yeah.
Obviously, we try to squeeze, a lot of things into the packages
And
just
educate people what's best to take.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
And along that, we were trying also to create more of a job creation, because when you have all those services surrounding, you cannot do it yourself. You need to have hand-in-hand people to come and help you and make things successful, make things according to the way you promised the client, and then at the end of the day, you have a successful period.
Wow. So if they need to find more or inquire more about these burial schemes and where do they their telephone number and email address and website?
We normally try to make sure that whenever a person turns to a certain corner, you find us.
Okay.
We have our website, which is www.theroyalbbsfuneral.co.za.
As one word.
As one word.
Okay.
Small word. And then we have the landline is 010-0095363.
Say that slowly. For them to get it.
Okay. 010-0095363.
Okay.
And then you can also contact us on our emails at info@theroyalbbsfuneral.co.za.
Wow. Okay. Tell me about BBS and legal services.
Yes.
Tell me about that. What's that now?
Okay.
Now you are a lawyer all of a sudden.
Things happen.
Yeah.
You know when that's why I said you sometimes before you enter into an industry.
Yes, sir.
You sit back, you look at it, you start the industry and say, look, what is it that people need?
Yeah. So you are all about meeting the needs of the people.
I'm all about that.
Okay.
I do what people need.
Okay.
I don't do what I need.
Okay.
And then I will learn to
That's selflessness.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I've realized is a lot of people you've got people that got arrested wrongfully. You've got people that lose their businesses because of lack of knowledge.
Yes,
People
sir.
that commit to the contracts they don't even understand.
Understand, yes.
So we've got all those things, issues around. We've got the criminals that are being released with no evidence. And then you've got victims that are being now pointed as the liar because you failed to represent your case well.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
You've got now, recently, even if you look at back then, we have a number of women that are being raped day by day. Children are being raped.
Yeah.
But due to the lack
Gender-based violence.
due to the lack of legal representatives, due to the lack of selfless, we don't have the lawyers that say, look, I'm here, this is my address.
Yeah.
No, even if you don't have money, I can help you.
So they're all about money first.
Exactly.
Before I can help you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which on the other hand you will understand because they still have to do
It's business.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Then now we said, okay, how can we make it so cheap, so affordable that one will say, look, I've got cover and I can be able to be a representative. You understand? That's when we then now have our own legal teams and say,
Yes,
look, I'm not a lawyer, but I'm backed up by the legal teams. That's it. Okay, fine, we'll back the company, take our services out there, we'll represent all your clients. That's how we formed to them. So okay, fine. So that our client mustn't expect me that I'll be coming.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've got our own lawyers.
Yes, sir.
Come and do that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but the main purpose behind it was let's have our people being represented legally. Let's have our people have to learn. Sometimes we don't even need to represent you, but just call us.
Yeah.
Find out if you are doing things the right way. Then we'll tell you legally so that no, this needs to be done this way, this needs to be done this way.
Has that wing of your business started?
Sorry?
That wing of your business, the legal wing of the business of
It
BBS,
has started. Yeah, it has
Alright.
started.
So now are you also inviting people to take in packages?
Yeah, I'm inviting people. We've been promoting, advertising some of the packages, trying to bring out some few educations there where people will, so that people will see this is a need, something they need to have now before you even have an actual problem.
Yes.
Trust you me, is worth it.
What's the smallest amount as well to join in the legal team?
You can even get yourself covered from even 99. Then you get covered. From corporate to
You are a very cheap guy. The packages are quite affordable.
I'm telling you, when you come to us, you don't even need to think again.
Yeah.
Just come running.
Yeah.
Any man that you have will find it suitable for you.
Something for you then.
Trust you.
Wow. And now do you have a bunch of attorneys or lawyers that you are using constantly that understand your level of business and they can come and represent your client?
Yes. What we managed to do is we approached quite a number of lawyers and law firms.
So you package them for you?
We package them
for
now
BBS?
For BBS.
Okay.
So now those lawyers are ready for any matter from
the BBS.
So any client of the BBS saying, I need this. Today you might find this is you've been represented by the Indian guy, tomorrow's white guy, thereafter is black guy. Doesn't matter of any color. We do take our clients very serious. Wow.
So now, how do you become nationwide? Well, in your business, in your line of business, because which is the funeral parlor is the main one.
Yeah.
We know that people are mostly regional or provincial, but then how do you get to be national?
With the help of a great team, sometimes you get to make the whole world or the whole country become so small, to a point whereby you are able to be visible in every corner that you are needed.
I live here, I've got a family member, my grandfather, they passed on, but yes. How do you help me with that?
For example, we first, let's say the person is here.
Yeah.
We'll have to transport the person to the location to the place that the funeral is going to be held.
Is that on the day of the funeral, or you take them immediately?
You won't even notice that it happened.
Okay.
But you will just tell you by Friday the person will be there.
So does that mean you will have to find another company, that site that you can amalgamate with, be in agreement with, to assist you?
Normally what we manage to do in regard to that, to be able to achieve that, we then approach a lot of palace. We say, look, we're not here to compete with you, but we're here to make easy things
together.
For other people that will rely on us. Trust me on your service, then I'll trust you on my service. Sometimes what we do is we help each other in terms of storages. Then I'll check your address and I'll check the storages which is close by you. Then I'll take the disease to your nearest address, so that it will be easy for you to visit the person and see the person. Then later on I'll come and do the whole burial the way I agreed with you, and you'll still get your benefits the way we agree. At times you find that there is some of those clients that we have or partners that we have that meet our spec.
Yes, sir.
Normally what we do is say, okay, fine, since you are that side and you meet our standard spec, you can do the burial. Make sure our client have this and this and this and that. So what we basically do, if we're not the one that's doing the actual burial, we give it to one of our partners. So we send you the form and say, look, this is a spec form. you have to make sure that the client gave you this and this and this, note them down. Yeah. If they did not give you this and this and that,
yeah,
you must complain to us.
Yes.
Then some of the money will be paid back to you. Just to
so they must just tick the boxes to make sure that all the promises are covered.
Are being covered. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's good. That's good. And then, what did COVID-19 do to your business? From someone who does not understand your business, they'll probably think, wow, he's a millionaire by now.
Yeah.
Just in the past 6 months.
To be honest, I think I'll have to thank the grace of God, which has been upon us all the way. We haven't been that busy.
Okay.
Yeah,
in terms of funerals.
In terms of funerals. Yeah.
Okay.
Our clients, God have been protected.
Yeah.
I think it's because of when you pray, you don't just specifically pray for you, also
and your
pray
family.
for your entire for your entire clients that you have, because they are now your family.
Yes, sir.
You understand? Then you
they're definitely your partners.
Exactly. So we put that first and say, look, if at least God can save us, can save us.
Yeah.
Because when you check the burials that we made so far, they're still under 10.
Wow.
Yeah. So
wow.
And some people are now.
Is this COVID related now?
Now we haven't even buried someone related to COVID.
Wow.
Yeah. I've never been even close to somebody who's COVID-19, who's died with the COVID-19.
Wow.
So I've seen those pictures and everything. We've seen them through the TVs and the newspapers, and we're like, we thank God for now.
Yeah.
We're still safe. Our clients are still safe.
Alright. So let's jump into the legal part again.
Yes.
You've got a client who has taken your 99 rand cover for the legal fee, and somehow they killed somebody. And now they've got a first degree murder case against them.
Yeah.
Will that cover be able to cover the heaviness of their case, or you only take the easy ones?
Unfortunately, we do not cover people that actually committed things like murder.
Okay. So a criminal, you're not in the criminal space,
no,
especially if they're the ones.
We unless
if it's done against them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. If something is done against you, you are the victim.
Yeah.
We cover. Yeah. We don't. If you are, we don't.
In a robbery and then you kill somebody.
No.
That's got nothing to do with this cover.
No. You don't get to kill your wife and come to us. No. Obviously, we don't cover those people. But remember, if you check, even from the burial side or the funeral side, we deal with people that are in need.
Yes.
People that actually cry. People that are actually victimized for something. Not people that just go and do criminals and come back and say you're my lawyer. No.
Yes.
We're not covering.
Yeah. But under BBS funeral services, you had is a COVID-19 relief cover.
Yes. What we basically do, we realize that most of in fact we experience new clients. So many clients that coming joining like day by day as we speak. Even today, we've got so many clients
because of the fear of somebody might die in their family.
Besides
that,
most of the clients we having, they are from other covers coming to us.
Yeah.
So that tells you that people tend to believe into our services. People see the reality of what we're bringing out there. People believe in what we stand for.
Yes, sir.
So that's why when this COVID comes, we then think of saying, okay, now since we have this large of people now coming to us, join us. Let us create a platform whereby we can say, should you have anyone to bury during this COVID-19 and you're still new with us, you understand? We can give you a special code that can cater the whole funeral, and then you don't feel like you had to even to go do the loans and all the stuff for you to raise money. And you know, it's hard during this times now.
Yes.
For one, just to raise money. Yes. So you need to think ahead of, okay, what will these people go through? You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Some of the burials that we did as well, people come to us and look, I know I'm not fully covered.
Yeah.
But I've got this issue. And I've got no one else but you.
Yeah.
You understand? Then we get to it and said, okay, fine, since this person has been covering with us, has been paying with us, you understand? Let's just generally come up with something that may be more suitable for that person. Depending on the spec of the funeral, they are also want as well.
For a new member to be covered, how long does they have to be with you?
6 months.
6 months. So the 6th month, then the cover kickstarts immediately. Okay. What other businesses do we need to know about you?
For now, to be safe. For now,
I want you to release us to speak about other businesses. I don't want to jump and you don't want us to talk about it.
Safely, so I will just highlight here and there.
Yes, sir.
And
please do.
What we are going to do, or what we are all currently doing, or what is there to people to expect. People should expect the SIM card, BBS SIM card.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're sitting on the visual networking. The SIM card will be available on all stores.
Okay.
The SIM card comes with a funeral cover.
Explain that to people.
Yes.
Let them know what you're talking
That's
about.
highlight. Okay. Anyway.
Well, obviously they know now there's a BBS SIM card, but now why do I have to dump my Vodacom or my MTN to jump onto the BBS?
Yeah. People, we must come to agree to something.
Yes.
Sometimes associate with what you expect of you.
Yes.
Not what makes business sense for somebody else.
Yeah.
Sometimes do things because they mean something to you.
Yes, sir.
So we realize that we've been using networks and other networks that I might not mention the names, but is it working for me? What does it give me? What do I gain out of it? Then we realize that fine. Let us give you the SIM card that will give you and your family the cover without even having to pay a premium.
So that also comes back to the funeral cover, that if you use BBS, automatically it allows you to be covered should there be something happening in your family.
Automatically you get the 10,000 rand cover. Just to use the SIM card.
How does that happen?
No premium.
How do you give me 10,000 rand because I'm using your SIM card?
It's simple. Remember, when you're using my SIM card, you're using my network. You understand? And I get to decide on the money you buy the network, the internet, the airtime.
Yeah.
I get to decide, fine. Let me send, if I have to settle out of the network of 10 rand, I might say, let my gain and be 5 rand and let the other 5 rand underwrite you. That's you just have to do, but you need to be generous.
Yeah.
In order for you to give.
Yeah.
Because
meaning you need to be active on your SIM card.
Yes.
All right.
For us, we had to be generous.
Yeah.
Because if we're not, we can't give you that because you don't pay for it. But we say, look, just recharge, use the airtime and our SIM card, then you're covered. And when you check our SIM card, our airtimes are all discounted airtimes. There's no such of saying you're buying 12 rand airtime for 18 rand.
Okay.
No, with us, actually you buy lesser.
Like a body puzzle shop.
Exactly. With our airtime, they're actually lesser because if airtime is valued at 10 rand, you will be buying it for less than 10 rand.
Yeah.
It's either 8 rand.
So you get a discount.
So we get a discount. Imagine if now we have to spend about 8 rand to buy an airtime, 10 rand
airtime.
Yes.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing.
Yes.
And so now I've got the 10,000 rand cover, because I use your SIM card,
Yes.
right? And so obviously the SIM card needs to be recut so that you have the record of the user,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And then what did I wanted to say? So automatically when a death happens, do you cover just the user or you cover his family people, or it's just the user?
Okay, you get to decide. But for the SIM card purposes, we cover the user.
Just the user.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now what happened is you can verify, or your family should know that you are using our SIM card, so that they can do the claims.
Okay.
The thing is, if you are using our SIM card and our family doesn't know what the SIM card does, and what they can get out of it, and how they can verify that they are covered.
Yes.
You understand? Such source information need to for one
to
person
be passed.
Yes.
The next of kin.
Yeah. So that they know how to claim and stuff like that. So I recommend the SIM card for family SIM card. Imagine when the whole family have the SIM card, maybe a family of 5. The whole 5 members of the family have the SIM card. Already you've got covered for 50,000.
Wow. So now, I wanted to ask about the airtime usage.
Yes.
Do I have to use monthly airtime to a certain value, or I just need to stay active? Because I can use the 5 rand, probably 4 times, 5 times a month. Yeah, that's still active.
Yeah, that true, and you still receive the calls. But now with ours is you have to spend at least up to 100 rand a time per month.
Oh, okay.
So maybe you through your recharges and spending must be at least up to 100 rand.
$100.
But should the month is approaching to end and you're still less than that, you receive the message from us that you need to recharge.
Oh, okay. So that's a reminder.
That reminds
to tell you that you're still below the belt.
Yes.
Come up a little bit.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So then you can just buy $30 and top up, and then you reach that $100.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. So anything else?
I knew that.
Anything else?
We are launching our app called BBS app.
Okay.
Through the app, you'll do quite a number of things. You'll be able to join us. You'll be able to sell airtime. You'll be able to buy airtime. You'll be able to buy.
What do you mean sell airtime? Does that mean now I become service provider? I become the seller.
Yes.
I make commission.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Kanjani. Explain that.
So what you do basically do on our app, you go to the app, then you register on the app.
Okay.
And then once you registered on the app, then you can choose whether you sell or you buy.
You buy.
Then let's say you choose you buy, then you can buy them. But when you sell, you start getting your credits. What you do, you load the credits for you to be able to sell the airtime. For example, you load a credit of 500 rand.
Yeah.
Therefore, you sell. Maybe you get your airtime of about 800.
Yeah.
Then you have to, when you sell all your airtime, then you have 800.
So it all comes back to that discounted airtime.
Yes.
That when you buy for 10 rand, you get for 7 rand or 8 rand.
Yes.
Okay.
It comes back.
Okay. So obviously, the more you buy, the bigger the volume, the cheaper it gets for you.
Yes.
So that's why it becomes much better to be a street hustler and just be a businessman
As you are,
and sell airtime.
You can sell airtime, you make some extra cash to be able to even pay your premiums.
Passive income.
Yes.
And be able to pay your monthly premiums.
Yes.
No excuses.
No excuses.
So you help them to get money so they can pay and be covered.
And the good part about it is the more as you use our app, you gain points. As you sell our airtime and use it for other things, you get points. You can redeem your points to pay for your funeral cost.
So like a Voyager mileage.
Yes.
Wow, that's a smart way.
Then
wow.
Then the other things you get on our app, you get to get the options of training. You can use our app to exercise, to get your feet, for a day. You can get whereby we do the business development, whereby we help people with the registration, the compliances and all the stuff to get your business be up to date. And then
that's CK documents.
Yes, you can
Okay.
do your SARS work, all your compliances of your business. We can help you with the business proposal, the business plans, all those things got together in the same app. That's option. And then now the most important thing was
So it becomes a one-stop shop.
yes.
Wow.
Yeah. You can also do the online shopping as well. So
No man, you adding these things there.
you can even order food as we're sitting here and they'll just arrive here.
Through your app.
I'm telling you, we can even do it now. The delivery guy will come here and bring you the food. You understand? And the other exciting things about the app, which was the more focus why we did the app, was the pickups, funeral pickups. Because we are now sitting on the national base. So now the question is, what if somebody died and I call the number, keep on saying busy,
Yeah.
because of the high volume and all the stuff.
Yeah.
So what we did is we created this app for people to be able to request to pick up.
Yes.
So now our clients, they can now request for pickups
Through your app.
through our app. All our clients.
And what's your turnaround time for a pickup? Because that is the key. It's very, very important
Maybe within 5 seconds.
for you to pick up the deceased.
Yes. Remember that pickups, you send that pickup you send, the request that you send, it goes through our partners and everyone who is using.
So it's like an Uber.
Yes.
So whoever that is nearest to the deceased will click in that, okay, I'm the one who's going to do the pickup.
Yeah. Then we call you and say, okay, whoever who is partners with us is going to pick up the disease, and then the disease will be on this fridge, and then the further details will be discussed.
Will be given on to you.
Yes. So which was the main thing on there.
Wow. Yeah, no. We are moving to another city. Wow. So the app is active right now.
The app is 98%.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Because there's nice features that we're still adding.
You're still adding.
Then when you say now it's 100%, we know everything that we needed on the apps, which we can't discuss them now.
Yes.
But once they're added, they will tell you that you can look at those things. But there's quite a number of exciting things on the app that you might find.
It sounds like it.
Yeah, trust you me. That whenever you have that app, you don't even need to go to store. You even have the.
So that means you are taking space for Mr. Delivery. You're taking space for literally. You can put an Uber there. Uber Eats.
We don't take that space. Remember,
when your app does. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Remember, Mr. Delivery.
You expand
deliver
business.
You understand?
Okay.
But we give people a quick access to them.
Oh, I see.
We don't
what you mean.
deliver
You're
foods.
taking the orders for them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking the
so
orders.
we add the
And then you redirect. Oh yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Anything else we need to know?
Isn't that too much? Okay,
Well, maybe last one.
Okay, the last one. People might look out for. Okay, people may look out for our scheme banking, whereby all our clients will have access to the investment, will have access to day by day use of our banking cards, of BPS banking cards on every ATM. They can do anything with it. They can withdraw, they can buy, they can pay the premiums.
These are debit cards now.
Debit cards,
It's not credit yet.
Yeah, just debit cards.
Okay.
Yes. Alright. So those are something very exciting, but we'll tell people more of it once it's in.
Time comes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know what else to say. Where do you get all these ideas from?
To me, it's not ideas. To me, it's as business. You know?
Yes.
sometimes when it comes as a vision to you, that's how normally it comes to me as a main visionary. It comes to me as a vision when I'm sleeping, and then I go study it, and then whenever then I see the reality and the inability of it, I say, okay, fine, now it's rigid, let me launch it. That's how they have to.
They all come back to BBS.
Yes. I don't get a vision of something that takes me out of the business.
Out of that. What's your 8 to 5 like? Monday to Friday?
I don't even see my Monday to Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just see myself walking and coming to sleep.
Yeah.
That's my.
The rest of the hours is just work after
I
work.
can tell you, once I sit on my seat, then the next thing I know it's time to go home. It's late.
You even forget that it's lunchtime.
Sometimes I don't even eat my lunch.
Wow, so it's amazing. I think you gave us more than enough information.
Thank you, sir.
You've been a blessing to us to have somebody like you, and obviously share with the world about what you are all about, what business is all about. Because we do what we do so that we can educate people and let them expand their minds and their thinking, so that they can start to think outside the box.
Yes.
For the young people to say all things are possible. Once you put your mind into it, and you are the example.
Thank you, sir.
And so we would definitely want to say thank you for giving us your time.
Yes,
And what last words would you have to young people out there, more especially where you come from, and even in the townships?
One thing that I want to tell people is it's all starts with belief. You owe to yourself to believe in yourself.
That's powerful.
You owe to yourself to now walk within your belief.
Yes.
And then you owe to yourself to finish what you have started. Because many young people, they start something and then they drop it down.
Even in education,
Yes.
if you started a degree or whatever course, you need to go and finish
You owe
it.
to yourself to finish it. So it starts with believing in yourself, and then have a dream.
Yeah.
Then now pursue your dream up to the end.
Yes, sir.
Once you have got those, trust me, whenever something you're pursuing, once you're at the finishing line, when you look at back, you always say thank you to yourself.
Right. Who inspires you? Who do you look up to?
To be honest, God. The God I serve is a man of a lot of possibilities. He's a man who always see me, make me see things that look so big to other people as a small things.
Wow.
So whenever he shows me something, he doesn't show me how big this thing is. He always shows me how small this thing is.
In drips and drabs.
Yeah. Then when I look at them and then can I pursue them, I'm looking at it as tiny as it is. I can do it. So being a person like me who's have a small cycle and then only focus on what God gives me and I pursue.
What's the point? What's the importance of having a small circle?
Okay, the importance of having a small cycle, you allow yourself, if you are someone like me, who normally listen to somebody else, like I listen to God mostly. So if my cycle is very small, I can be able to hear God speaking.
There's no distraction.
There's no distraction. I can be able to respond accordingly. I can be able to react accordingly. I don't have time to squeeze other things that are unnecessary. So I have one thing to do every day and I do it. So I don't have to say, but if I don't do this, how will this one think of me? So it's just business. And then when I'm with someone and we just sharing, we're no longer talking business. It's just for that time.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I think the one thing you mentioned is the one thing which is important.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what we need to focus on. You need to know what is your one thing.
Yes.
Once you know your one thing, then you stay in your one thing.
That's it.
No matter what the situation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just want to say thank you. We take this time and we've learned a lot. Mr. Lawrence Thobejane has been an educator, he's a businessman. I think, like he has said, he's given his contacts. If you've got questions that you want to ask him, there's something that you want to learn, contact him on those platforms that he has given you, and I'm sure he will be very kind to help you with whatever situation that you have. So I just want to say thank you for taking your time and watching our business talk. Thank you for being a commenter in our show, being a subscriber on our show. Tell a friend about us so that they can also grow. We just want to say thank you and peace out. Bye.